As an entrepreneur, a founder, we're usually caught up in the day-to-day grind. It feels like we are going, hustling hard, and it's almost like your computer browser has a bunch of tabs open, countless tabs, bunch of applications open. It's like my phone sometimes. I know my computer will get like that. You know, as someone who is a quick start, visionary type, gets on calls, does a lot of different things, it can feel like a grind, and it's like this mounting pressure. And sometimes it takes you away from the bigger picture. What if I told you there's a simple way to hit a reset button? Ding! This is what I'm going to talk about in this episode, so you can get that creativity back, that clarity back, that energy, the resilience, so you're not feeling drained. And this can be done any time of the day. It's actually something I just did. That's why I'm looking a little sleepy, but I'm feeling refreshed. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is. So let's get into it. All right, in today's world online, customers and everybody expect personalized support on every channel and in every way. They want it like done right now. But the problem is most solutions out there don't allow that to happen. They're not delivering. So your customer service reps are struggling to stay productive, and your customers honestly just aren't as happy as they probably once were. Now's the time to change that. This is exactly why there's a new AI-powered service hub from HubSpot. The service hub actually allows you to bring this type of level of service and success together for the first time, so you can deliver on the expectations that people are expecting. And actually, it's boosting revenue along the way. The reps that are using Service Hub from HubSpot right now are reporting 13 times faster to help them resolve tickets, and also it helps them close something like 42% more tickets per day. So that basically means that you're also retaining people at a much higher rate. And they're saying more than 80%. Not only that, you're getting this full 360 view of your customers in this smart CRM that basically helps and supports you in the marketing, sales, and service delivery and success of your team, but also making the experience much better for your customer, which boosts your revenue and your business growth. Go and visit HubSpot.com/service to learn how this all new solution can help you deliver for your customers. All right, so this episode and this little solo, it's a kind of callback to the one we just released with Dr. Lise Janelle, who talked a lot about how we get kind of caught up in some of our subconscious habits occasionally, you know, and sometimes we just get so much in the mode of doing and thinking, and less of the intuitive approach, less of the, you know, like kind of the flow side of things. You're hustling, you're grinding too much, and there's a place for the grind, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And what I've found for me to be the best way to kind of reset things is exactly what I'm going to talk about here. So instead of relying on kind of the usual stress management techniques, it's great to take breaks. It's great to go on walks and all of these things. They're all very meditative. It's a great way to separate the day, which is a big piece here. But this reset button that I've found, and this is, I got to give credit to Andrew Huberman. Dr. Andrew Huberman released this episode, I don't know, a long time ago now at this point. And it's a powerful tool that I've adopted into my weekly habits. It's not daily, but it's definitely the reset button. And I just did it. And it's called there's a couple of phrases. It's either Yoga Nidra, or it's called non-sleep deep rest, which is called NSDR. It kind of goes by both terms. I like to refer to it more as Yoga Nidra, and I'll show you exactly the ones I follow as well. And I quickly just want to describe what this is. And you know, I'm not the neuroscientist, and I'm definitely not the scientist in general, but I know the feeling of these effects, and I found it to be an amazing reset of my nervous system. It helps me, essentially, it feels like taking a nap, but not really taking a nap. It's doesn't leave me groggy. I literally just did it because, I'll just tell you the framing I'm in right now. I'm about to leave for a trip with my family, going to Mexico for a week. And my goal is to turn it off, the business, as much as possible. And there's a lot to get done to make sure that I'm getting all the stuff prepped before I leave. So I've been going hard for literally like a week plus. And there's a lot of demands. And I'm sure you feel this a lot of the times with whatever you're doing in your day to day. So what I've chosen to do, and I just did it, but I do this often, and it's when I catch myself, or it's great if you're actually on a plane, if you're traveling somewhere, or if you're having a hard time going to sleep. This is another way to use it. Anytime you feel like the pressure's mounting in your head, you feel like maybe you're getting sick. I'm kind of coming off a cold, as you might be able to hear. If you're just feeling stressed out, maybe the kids at home or some clients, your boss, whatever you got going on, this is a great reset button. So all it takes is 20 minutes. That's probably the minimum. You can go shorter, but a 20-minute span is really the sweet spot. And it's kind of like a guided meditation. And it's nothing that you need to try too hard or any hard at all. I just use some AirPods. I put on the noise canceling mode, make sure that my eyes are blocked out from light, and I lay on my back. Simple as that. And I use YouTube. So I'll give you some of the channel I love the most. And so in this episode, the Yoga Nidra concept, or NSDR, again, that's non-sleep deep rest. Essentially, you're going to have this as a tool where you can reset all the stresses. You can start to tap into more of what Dr. Lise talks about, which is get into the subconscious, like really getting your intuitive side, the feeling side, because and I'll describe what this is, like how the practice actually works, because what it's doing is it clears out the mental stuff that a lot of us go through our days with. And if you remember the Lise episode, it's the hardest part for most of us, especially driven entrepreneurs, founders, people that have a lot of demands, cognitive demands. We live a lot in our heads, and we try to grind it out in front of our computers and solve it that way. But really, it's these gaps. It's these moments where you can step away and reset yourself and then access this more of a feeling of yourself. It's less of thinking and more of the feeling, like actually noticing. And it's so hard to describe. And this is where I'm going to try my best in this. But essentially, it allows you to drop whatever these loops you might be in, these maybe limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns, maybe even positive stuff. Really, we don't have to put a label on it, but the fact that there's patterns that we find ourselves in. And I found when you do this NSDR Yoga Nidra fairly often, let's call it 3 times a week, because that's probably about what I'm at least 20 minutes a pop. It's like meditation, but it's like resting and sleeping, but not sleeping. You're kind of like you're on this verge of everything. So it releases the mental, attachment to whatever you're doing, because you're kind of blocking out things and you're getting more into your body. You're like, you start to notice things and your physical side of things before, your mind gets in the way, because that's usually what's kind of happening. So, I'll just, a few of the benefits and things of this practice of Yoga Nidra, as you can probably hear, is like, you're actually you can identify what these stressors might feel like in your body. And it's not like you don't identify these things with like your mind. You kind of feel that your body gets a little heavier and you kind of start to release some of this weight that kind of was building throughout the daily life and your work. So you're able to release a lot of these things. And again, it's kind of like the self-doubt, fear, fear of failure, that is, or imposter syndrome. Some people have said, because I've read a bunch of the comments on these things, where, a lot of the things that might stop us from doing things for whatever reason, imposter syndrome's a big reason for that. It just kind of just like chills you out and makes you feel like you don't think about it too much. It's kind of interesting. So another thing, what this is doing, it's kind of reprogramming things for you. With the practice I follow on YouTube, I'll share kind of the list of videos I do. She's kind of like reprogramming at the same time, but not really. It's more to get you tapped into feeling of yourself, how your body's feeling, and how you can really grow from the inside out. It's so hard to describe. And this is where, again, I don't know if words can do it. I just want to kind of give you enough to try it, because it's only 20 minutes. So I genuinely feel another thing here is that it helps you heal any kind of emotional wounds or things that you might have kind of stored in your body. Dr. Gabor Mate talks about how trauma in our body, things get stored emotionally in all parts of our body, and that ultimately can lead to so many different illnesses and diseases within our body. And I'm not saying that this solves that, but this helps kind of chill things out so they're not feeling so stuck. Could be in your chest where anxiety kind of builds up sometimes, or your back. I know that comes up to me if I'm having too much pressure. Your stomach, your heart. There's certain areas in your body that will start to trigger if you're noticing yourself and your physical state that are usually connected to something else. So this Yoga Nidra practice is a great opportunity to hit the reset button and start to identify, oh, I'm feeling something here or here or here. And then it kind of lets things go. It's like your brain unravels, and it's such a wild feeling. It's kind of trippy, no drugs included. It just goes, whew, it's literally within you. And so a big thing, I think the biggest takeaway is that it gets you into your intuition and your creativity. So it starts to allow your body and your mind and your heart and everything, your intuition, to solve problems that you couldn't really do mentally or on paper or trying to type things out and grind it, but it kind of connects the dots for you. It's crazy. I don't know what it is, hard to describe, but it helps me make better decisions, feel clear, more motivated, and it's a nice excuse to kind of take a nap. But really, it's just kind of laying down for 20 minutes, walking through stuff, and boom, I'm up and ready to go. And I'm going to pause the episode really fast and shout out another show that's on the podcast network over at HubSpot. It's the audio destination for business professionals. This is Mistakes That Made Me. It's hosted by Iman Ismail. She is interviewing successful business owners and talking about, hey, what are those mistakes? What are the failures? What are the things that you hate to talk about that we can all learn from? I mean, let's be honest. Do you like to talk about your mistakes? Probably not. Well, that's what she's talking about. And it's going to be there. It is there waiting for you to listen so you can learn from those lessons and learn how to get past them or navigate around those big boulders on your own journey to success. So go listen to Mistakes That Made Me wherever you get your podcasts. Hey, I want to tell you about an all-in-one marketing platform that's been a game changer for a bunch of businesses. It's called Kartra, and it's the all-in-one tool that you need to grow. So the point is, you don't need to pay for a whole bunch of different subscriptions because Kartra does it all. So what makes Kartra different is that you can automate everything. Everything from delivering your online courses, sending targeted emails, selling products, and even handling your customer support. So all in all, it's saving you time and a bunch of money. And right now, you can try it out for 30 days. Just head over to hustleandflowchart.com/Kartra and go get that free trial. Again, that is hustleandflowchart.com/KARTRA. I challenge you to take 20 minutes and do this. And I guarantee you're going to feel some effects. And I feel like the clarity is going to feel better. You're going to have more resilience in whatever you're doing. And I mean, as an entrepreneur, as a founder, we all need this. So I'm going to walk you through this really fast of what the heck it is, like how to do it. And again, I'm not the expert. I'm not the one that's going to walk you through it, but I just want to give you some of the tools, the resources, and set the scene for you so you can then try for yourself. When you're doing Yoga Nidra, like I said, I use YouTube. There's free videos. Anyone can do this. So there's a whole series online. Her name is Ali Boothroyd. I'm probably totally butchering her last name, and I know she says it, and she has this voice that just like totally knocks me into the zone. So just look up Yoga Nidra. I guarantee she's going to be the one that pops up. It's pretty wild, but hopefully it's a popular practice, but she seems to be the one that like owns it. So good for her. What I do is, you can see there's 30-minute videos, 20-minute videos, 10. Sometimes I just plug in, Yoga Nidra 20, and you can see, okay, boom, you got 20 minutes, you got 23 minutes, you got 20. And sometimes they're feeling like, here's one good for your nervous system reset, or maybe, there's a whole bunch of nervous system resets, which is nice. There's all sorts of things. Sometimes it's hygiene for your nervous system. Honestly, it's a lot of your nervous system, kind of like what I'm talking about. Restore and balance. There's other folks as well. I've just found the ones that I like to go to is this gal, Ali. Other tools, like I mentioned, eye mask, headphones, block out the world around you as much as you possibly can. So some of the steps: find a quiet place, comfortable place where you can lie down uninterrupted, undisturbed for about 20 minutes. If you can go longer, like I did a 1 hour session on the airplane when I went and visited my sister in Alaska the other day with my mom, and I popped it in for 60 minutes, and I was sitting upright, so it wasn't perfect, but like I just blocked out the whole plane around me. It was great. It just helped me chill out, and it felt like I had a nice nap because I didn't sleep well the night before. So this is also great in the morning. If you ever feel like you didn't get enough rest, you could do like a 20-minute like reboot, and boom, you're at least like your physical body and your brain's feeling a lot more nourished. All right, so step one is find that quiet place that you can lay down ideally. Number two is find a script or some kind of guided meditation like I showed you on YouTube. And like I said, the Ali Boothroyd videos are the best I've found. There's others out there. Just practice. You know, they're all kind of roughly similar. Now, number three, follow the instructions that you hear, because the biggest thing is that you want to relax your body like as much as you can possibly, get comfortable and just relax, and then focus on your breath. And then while you're doing this whole breath thing, and you're just breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. And then you're going to start to focus on the sensations of your body, and the person that'll walk you through this will be kind of telling you to focus on parts of your body. So it'll be like, focus on your ear, focus on your cheek, the inside of your cheek, your gums, your tongue, the root of your tongue, like walks you down your arm through your fingers, back up and around your entire body. And the wild thing is that the more you focus on these parts of your body, the more your brain starts to unravel, and the more your brain in general just stops thinking. It just starts to release. So I'd say like step number 4 is to allow yourself to really sink in and start relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper. And what I've felt is my body gets heavier and heavier. So what you're doing is you're letting go of the thinking side of you as much as you can, from focusing on your breath and focusing on different parts of your body. So then the distractions around you, even if you are on a plane, which I was, and it was noisy, those kind of poof away, or they don't even really register. It just goes away. And then you do that for like 20 minutes or so, however long that thing is, and it's walking you through. And what I've found on like the last like 80% of these, I just don't even know what the heck she's saying. I'm just like in this like state of not sleep, because that's like non-sleep deep rest. That's what NSDR is. So it's not sleeping, but I'm like on this verge of sleeping where I'm just kind of zoning. I don't know. It's so crazy. And so at the end, I come back when, you kind of snap into it when the practitioner tells you, hey, okay, start kind of gently returning and moving your body and stuff. That's when your brain starts to kind of kick back on, and you're aware of what's going on, what's around you. But I genuinely, I could probably lay there for like a whole nother hour if I wanted to. But at the same time, when you slowly get back into action, you quickly feel like, holy moly, I'm refreshed. Like you might have a little, oh, wow, I just kind of woke up feeling. But at the same time, you start moving around, and you're like, that headache that I had, or that head pressure, it's gone. I felt that earlier. I don't feel it right now. And I'm, like I said, I'm kind of coming off of a little sickness a little bit too. So, I mean, the results are immediate. Takes like 20 minutes. If you can go longer, even better. This is the reset button. I promise you, this is my little tool I've been using. Thank you, Dr. Andrew Huberman, talking about this. Yoga Nidra is great. So reset, recharge, and then you can approach the challenges and have a lot more clarity as you're getting into things in your day-to-day. So again, this is like clearing all the browser tabs, closing all the applications, and hitting reset on your computer, or maybe even shut down. It's more of a reset though. And then you're coming back stronger, optimized to hit it hard and feeling good. Go give it a shot. 20 minutes. I want to hear what you think. And lastly, I want to also remind you that if you go to hustleandflowchart.com/one thing, I would love, love, love to hear from you, and that one thing you would love to learn that's the most important thing to you that I can cover on this podcast with these solo episodes, or with a guest, or a combo of the two, which is what I've been liking to do. Just one question. That's all it takes. Go to hustleandflowchart.com/one thing. Spell out ONE thing. And of course, please share and enjoy. As I say, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, go find me on YouTube. It's Joe Fier, Fier is how you spell my last name. And you can see awesome videos. Hopefully you like them. And hit subscribe, like, comment, and share with others. I very much appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Thank you.